Oh, hello Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Six of Cups. Well, that's a happy day. This is a happy birthday card, okay? This is a card of, pleasure. It's a card of happiness, of tranquility. I think right now you're really looking to be free of some of your stresses, be free of some of your worries, okay? It's kind of like we just want to have a good day, you know? I think you're a person that goes out of their way to make sure other people are having a good day. You know, I feel like you really enjoy other people's joy. Yeah, you're not exactly a social person, you know, but you do like to contribute, and it's kind of like you like to contribute to things, and then you kind of stay in the background. But you really, I think, right now, you really deserve to be the center of attention. You know, you deserve to have deserve to have all the love right now. Yeah, and you try to be an optimist, though I think there is something going on right now. Maybe an emotional situation that you really would like to have some sort of resolution about. Right, the sixes are always about sort of recognizing something. They're about achieving something after a struggle with it. You know, we think maybe we've had a Five of Cups. We're really looking for the six now. All right. And I think that you are trying to make this birthday season perhaps the best, or at least different from how it's been. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on with you. This week we've got, an Ace of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Ace of Pentacles is usually about receiving some abundance. Okay, it may be that you're beginning a new path, physical world stuff, career, or new project, or something to do with finances. But I don't see this as the beginning of something. I see this as sort of the gift that's coming in. Very special birthday gift. All right. Let's keep going. Let's see what the rest of the cards are today. Oh, an Ace of Wands, too. Okay. All right. Well, you're, I think, ready for some new inspiration as well. This is getting a little weird. Now we've got two aces and two sixes. And the sixes really are the perfection of the aces, right? Especially with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Six of Pentacles. I think your participation in something is paying off big time. And I think you're sort of getting perhaps the means or the inspiration to have the best day of your life, to be the happiest you've ever been, let's say. Now we've got the entire universe and a Princess of Pentacles. This is a very interesting set of cards here. We've got a Knight of Wands over here. Prince. We've got the Hanged Man, a Nine of Wands, and there's that Five. So we have been, I think, experiencing the Five, and now I was thinking it was going to be a Five of Cups, but I think the Five of Pentacles is kind of showing a little bit more about it, that it might be something that has been affecting you emotionally, but I feel like it's some sort of a physical difficulty, right? It could be an injury or an illness, but I feel like it's more of just kind of a financial discord, a little bit of friction in the financial world for you. Yeah. It kind of feels as if it's not any particular thing. It's just kind of the finances need a little bit of fixing, you know. That nothing is, you're in a transition period. It's a period of flux right now. There's a lot of changes going on, right? And I feel like there's a lot of things you want to do, but there's not always the resources to do everything that you want. Well, the Princess of Pentacles in the future position is kind of showing all the resources are going to be there, okay? So I think this is a very good outcome. I kind of feel like you're striking gold here, okay? Because all those things that you wish to do with your resources, let's say financial resources, these are all the things around the house, in the garden, in your life that you wish to do. I think you're getting quite a nice surprise in the next few days that's going to help you to realize the resources in order to accomplish all this. You even have the universe itself. It's kind of like you're inspired to go above and beyond just what you thought you were sort of, the priorities that you had here. Now we're starting to think even larger scale. So this is really, I think, a very big financial win. Really feels like a nice jackpot coming your way. All right, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here. We're going to put our little owl friend right on top. I want to name that owl after the little mechanical owl in Clash of the Titans, but I can't remember its name. I think it's Bubo, right? I looked it up, and I think it's Bubo, but now that was yesterday. Now today I don't remember. Anyway, we're not going to look at that card until the end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Okay, let's do it together. Let's exercise our intuition, and I think that's going to be a good thing for you, because looking around at the room, this is the only major arcana card that we have, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. I think that you have a, we've got the universe too. Okay, and that's something separate. But as far as the Hanged Man goes, this is how you relate to the environment. Okay? And I feel like you're the kind of person that is always putting other people first. Yeah? That I find that if, let's say you and another person each have one, each have one candy bar. If the other person asks for your candy bar, you'll give it to them. They'll have 2, you'll have 0. I feel like you're very self-sacrificing in that way. Very, very little literal interpretation of the Hanged Man here. I feel that it's time for you to turn this around. We've got to bring the Hanged Man right side up, because I think this is kind of the card that Spirit is showing you is the central focus for your spiritual work right now. And it's the way that you relate to the environment. And I think it's a very good thing to put other people first, and we should be very generous, and we should support everybody and try to alleviate suffering where we see it and all that stuff. Wonderful stuff, right? But I think when you do it overmuch, it tends to put you at a disadvantage. Okay, so there's a reason why Spirit is showing us this card as one of the only major arcana cards in the spread today, except for the universe. And the universe, I think, is kind of telling you that you need to start thinking larger scale. Yeah. In a way is saying that your immediate concerns, your 5 of Pentacles, are going to be resolved. You can start. It's okay for you to start thinking long term. It's okay for you to start thinking on a grander scale about what you want to do in life, about what your goals are. Okay? Huge contrast between these two, right? The 5 of Pentacles seems like those daily concerns, those things that weigh heavily on our minds. Speaking of minds, though, we don't have a lot of air energy here at all, do we? So I think that the The communication aspect is usually here with the Hanged Man. I think this is sort of how it tends to come about. And I feel as if you're the kind of person that will sort of wait patiently and let everybody else go by, and then you'll go through the door at the end. Like it's just, you don't want to like butt in front of somebody and, and push your way in. You're not that kind of person right now. But I think, you're going to be a little bit like that. Okay. Because I think that it's really time for you to accept, to not sacrifice any of the joy and love and pleasure, not sacrifice any of this gift that you're being given. The gift of life, for one thing, but the gift of whatever this financial abundance is. Okay. It might be coming by way of an opportunity or literally a gift, We've got to turn this Hanged Man right side up. And you've got to keep some things for yourself. Yeah. You've got to be willing, at sometimes anyway, to get yourself to the front of the line. And that's okay. Doesn't mean it's not selfish to do that. Maybe it is to do it every single time. And there are people that do that. But I think in this case, at least for right now, putting yourself at a little bit of a higher priority is going to be good for you. All right. Anyway, let's look around at what we have. We do see the fire energy, which is sort of you having this will, having this ambition, having this inspiration with this Ace of Wands underneath. You're getting fired up. You're getting fired up and you're being told to go with it and act upon it and take charge and be confident and not sacrifice, not humble yourself too far. Okay. We've got our water energy right here front and center. So this is about you feeling good. It's also about the context in which you are feeling good, right? It's a Six of Cups. It does represent the family, the community. It does represent the environment that we're sort of talking about with the Hanged Man. Okay, and in these situations, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, whether it's whoever is around you, whatever sense of community or family this is, it feels like this is you allowing yourself to sort of celebrate you, rather than feeling as if we sort of have to. Searching for the right word here, that we sort of have to relinquish some of our joy and pleasure for the sake of other people. It's kind of like it's your birthday, but you're doing all the work, right? Stop it. At least for one day, We don't have any air energy, so I feel like there is a need for some communication. There's a need for you to sort of express yourself. There's a need for you to, I think, kind of stand up and state what you need. And not even state what you need from other people, but just kind of stand up and say, this is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Because I feel that sometimes the communication isn't there. No swords cards here. Okay. I also feel that in terms of the swords cards, you don't have a need for planning everything. Again, I said that you're sort of planning your birthday, or like it's your birthday party and you're doing all the work, right? But I feel, and maybe that's a good thing here, that we don't have the swords cards. You're not thinking about those things. You're not planning those things. You are, I think, being inspired, and you are doing what inspires you. It's like you don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to plan something and schedule something. It's just you're feeling it, and this is an impulse that you should, from the looks of the cards, that you should act on. Okay. Now we've got our fire. We've got our water cards. We don't have any air cards. We do have a lot of earth, and earth, and over here even is water, and this is earth too. Okay. So we have a lot of this fire into the earth, which I think is creating the cups. And fire and earth, that is the sort of creative impulse. and the behavior that goes along with it. It is the magical, spiritual, electrical circuit of creation, of manifestation. So you are manifesting abundance in your life by, I think, putting yourself first, putting yourself at a higher priority, not asking for permission to explore your creative impulses, and being willing to accept the gifts of the universe and not feeling as if they have to be given to somebody else, or that they have to be sort of, you let somebody else, or, kind of take theirs first, and then you just kind of keep what's left over, Anyway, very good cards today. The Ace of Pentacles, I feel like it's a sum of money coming your way. Larger or smaller, I think that it is probably the beginning of a new revenue stream or something like this. But again, I don't feel that this is the beginning of a new path or anything like this. I feel like this is kind of something that you've been working on is now paying off. And so maybe you've been working in a new job or a new business that you've started, a new endeavor, new projects. I think it's a team effort. That team effort is really starting to pay off now. I think that this is like a steady flow of income, okay? And I think this is one thing that is going to add to your sense of joy, pleasure. This Six of Cups is tranquility. Okay, this is feeling like this. I'm the happiest I've ever been. That everything is, everything in your life is as perfect as it has ever been. I'm not saying it is absolutely perfect, but it's the best it's ever been. In terms of your relationships, your income, your financial situation, your living situation. And I think that's a really good feeling. And I think the Six of Cups here is kind of saying that you need to celebrate that with yourself, with your people, your pets, your plants, your people. You need to allow yourself to feel that. And yes, with that Five of Pentacles, there are a lot of frustrations still. There's a lot of things that are happening, but there will always be problems. There's always going to be a Five of Pentacles somewhere, But it's kind of, they're somewhat insignificant at times. I think when you're in this Six of Cups feeling, when you allow yourself to feel how good things really seem right now for you, then I think those five pentacles just seem like, yeah, those are problems. They'll be there tomorrow. At least take one day, right, where we can just celebrate ourselves, acknowledge that life is good, that there is a lot of joy. I think you have a lot of good people around you. I think you have a sense of community. Okay, and I think that they want to lift you up. They want to celebrate you. And I feel like you got to just kind of sit back and let them. All right. But I feel like this is in very large part to do with this earth energy. I think you've been part of a group. Okay, this is sort of the Six of Pentacles, the system that you've been part of. Okay, a lot of efforts, and it could be a family, could be a work thing, could be your own business, it could be whatever, school maybe. But we've got an alignment now. And so I feel like everybody's in harmony. Everybody knows what their role is, and everybody is contributing in the right way. And I think you feel an alignment unlike anything that you felt before. All right, finally, the earth and the water are matching up. Okay, rather than it being a 5 in one of these places that shows the discord, the physical environment and the emotional environment are just really, really vibing with each other right now, right? And I think that it's producing this Ace of Pentacles. It's producing this success, whatever this is. It feels like this is a revenue stream, right? It feels like there's finally this harmony in this situation, and it's bringing about a lot of gold here, okay? You've got the Ace of Wands underneath everything. I think this really is your inspiration. I think that you're full of creative ideas. I think that you have a vision. life, for whatever work you do, you kind of know how things should look. And maybe this is why you tend to want to be involved in things, like you want to plan the party, you want to be kind of you want to be the vision behind it. And I think that this is usually kind of your method, that you have the idea, you have the vision, you have the artistic flair, and so you just do it yourself. Then it looks right, And maybe this is a situation where we need some of those swords cards. We've got to start delegating, telling other people, look, this is my vision, do your best. Just do your best, We're not going to judge, right? But you have these ideas, and I think that with the universe card up here, you're being told to expand your vision. Okay, I think you're getting the resources to really take whatever you're doing and expand it infinitely, larger scale. If this is a business, if this is a creative thing, if this is just your life path generally. We got this fire to earth sort of aspect here with a lot of possibilities. Okay, a lot of possibilities. Put your mind on the bigger things. The daily worries, they'll be there. Think bigger scale. All right, think larger here. Yeah. Again, with the swords cards, I'm feeling like there needs to be some. We need a 6 of swords, really, is what we need. And maybe the mystery card will be that, because I think in this fire to earth electrical circuit, your heart is in the right place. Your heart is pure and perfect, and it is acting as the perfect conductor to this larger vision of life, right? But I feel like we also need the mental energy to sort of, maybe the mental energy is staying out of it. But I feel like we need a very good plan in order to start realizing this larger vision. The resources are going to be there. Okay, and this is the physical representative of that resource. This is going to be, it could be a contract, it could be the loan kind of approval. It could literally be like a blank check coming in, right? Or it could be your business is starting to generate money. It seems like it's steady. It's like, okay, now I can start really thinking about those long-term goals, those larger projects, right? And of course, the Princess of Pentacles in the future position, one of my favorite cards. Your world is going to flourish, right? If we look at this card, this kind of feels to me the card of the last couple days of winter. And it's kind of saying that any day now, the plants are going to start returning. The birds are going to start coming back. The weather's going to get nicer. This card's going to become very, very green, right? It's kind of like this is the money tree, no leaves on it, right? We need those leaves to come back. And so I feel like whatever you're doing, it's basically going to be a money tree, okay? It's going to bring back that verdant energy of spring. It's going to really turn into an Empress card. And this is a card that is pregnant with that Empress energy. Maybe the mystery card is going to be that Empress card, right? We've had the Empress card quite a few times for you in the last 6 months or so. Okay. With the absence of the air energy, I keep being kind of told, like, look at the swords, look at the swords. There aren't any swords. And so I don't know why we're being told to look at the swords if there aren't any. Maybe it's because there's some lingering issue that you're not talking about. Maybe there's somebody that's trying to communicate with you and you just kind of, you're putting the block on it, okay? There's something going on there with your personal connections, with this idea of communication and relationships, okay? That there might be some sort of discord or disagreement there that needs to be talked about, okay? Let's talk about the path of the serpent, okay? And of course, as we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it really does help the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay, so your general energy, Prince of Wands. you have the ability to sustain this effort, whatever this larger project, this larger plan, this grander scale vision of life is for you. You have the energy and the commitment to see it through till the end, because you're not someone that gives up. When you commit to something, you don't leave. You've got to be thrown out, And this is the same thing, that you are committed to this. And despite all of the troubles, despite all the roadblocks and obstacles, all the worries, the Five of Pentacles, you're not quitting, you're not giving up. Okay, but we run into that Hanged Man energy. So I almost feel that, Virgo, you're not going to like this, but I almost feel as if you kind of make a little bit more work for yourself than you need to. Okay, it's kind of things are going along in a very, very good way, and then you kind of offer something to other people, which is very generous of you. But I think it puts you at a little bit of a disadvantage. It's kind of like you're willing to then, why don't you all go first? And then that makes more work for you. Or perhaps you volunteer for things, which again is very, very good, right? It's important. You're a generous person. But I think sometimes it puts you at a disadvantage where there doesn't need to be one, okay? And again, it's a very, very positive quality. But I think with the Hanged Man here, we're being told to look at how much our willingness to sacrifice ourselves is slowing down this fire to earth process. And then we kind of, this is the delay, and then we're back to the fire. And I wonder if it's even with the Five of Pentacles that sometimes we are creating more work for ourselves. Okay, and maybe because there is not the communication, maybe that's why we're being told to look at the swords. Maybe that means, maybe Spirit's trying to say, look at the plan, find the plan. Also, there is an M-name person close to you in your life that maybe that's who we have to have the conversation with. You have a strong connection with the ocean. I'm not sure which ocean, but that's important memories over there at the ocean, yeah. Okay, it seems like sometimes you make more work for yourself, okay? Which right now is, I think, creating more problems, slowing down your progress, and it's preventing you from really experiencing this kind of resonance and harmony right now. So this might just be one day a year. Put yourself first, okay? One day a year. And I don't know with the ocean thing, if you have a seashell collection or something like that, if that's the relationship there with the. But with the air energy, I feel like we need to have a plan, and you need to have a conversation with your people to let them know this is what we're doing, and really just having that plan that is sort of, let's say you write, it's written in pen. Okay, that's kind of, this is the plan and we're sticking to it. When opportunities then arise in your daily life for you to sort of deviate from that plan, to give of yourself to others too much sometimes, then, you can say, well, I've got to stick to this plan. It's kind of like you have this budget. Everybody's asking you for money. You got to say, I can't. I got to stick to this budget right now. I'm sorry. Usually you would, but in this case, you've got to stick to this plan because you have these really big goals. Okay, and I think that this is, again, it's a very good energy to have, but too much of this is, I think, is sort of creating more trouble, creating more work, creating more worries for you. And it might even be leading us to more sort of conflict and friction with your people, okay? The Nine of Wands here. This is the difficult position. I think sometimes you might have a lack of confidence that kicks in, especially when we're right up against those daily sort of worries, right? Because these two cards, if we take them together, it's kind of like you have to be really, really confident to push through all of these daily difficulties, all these just kind of annoying tasks or these little tiny roadblocks. It just kind of feels like you're on this bigger mission and you just have these little pests that happen, these little annoying things that just sort of daily are just sort of eating away at things, right? It's just those little tiny things, not even that significant in the grand scheme of things, but on a daily basis in the context of this, let's say that, your 12-hour day or something. A couple of these things really slow things down. They really frustrate you and annoy you, and it's taking a lot of your vital energy to get through these minor annoyances. Let's say this is like, every day you get, maybe it's a flat tire. Okay, great. That's not that big of a deal, but it takes some time out of your day to fix it, and it's frustrating and all this stuff, and it kind of throws off the rest of your schedule for the day or whatever. It's just really the idea that we want our days to go as smoothly and as perfectly as possible. We want one day where everything we set out to do just sort of happens. We hit all green lights, and nothing gets in our way. Everything is perfect and harmonious. It was kind of like in Groundhog's Day, right? The only way to get out of Groundhog's Day, for Bill Murray in that movie, excellent movie, he has to make that day perfect, where there's no little hiccups, nothing is out of place, nothing is incorrect, nothing is out of order, nothing is said or done in the wrong way, and it's really impossible. And I think that's the point of the movie, that it is absolutely impossible to have the kind of day that he needs to have in order to solve his problem. So it tells me that the problem is not really in the day being, Five of Pentacles being sort of out of harmony, right? But it's about our expectation of things to be perfect. But, we do have, don't forget, we've got our Six of Pentacles and Six of Cups here. So I think that you kind of are having one of those perfect days. At least one. And the point here is to really, in a way, accept the day as being perfect, allowing yourself to feel that happiness and that joy and that pleasure of the day, even though, there probably will be some little bumps here and there, but don't make more bumps in your life than you need to, okay? If we can eliminate some of these that we kind of inadvertently maybe bring about, okay, through this wonderful quality, your generosity, your love, your compassion, your empathy. It's kind of like you feel that compassion, and so then you help out all your friends and all your neighbors, and then you're kind of stuck with, now, I got my bills to pay, or now I'm like 5 hours late for my appointment or whatever. And it's through those kinds of wonderful acts of service and acts of kindness that you might be getting a little bit more of that than we want. Okay, but let's not focus on that too much. The wonderful thing is here, the resources that you need for this grand vision of life that you have. These resources are coming in. You've struck gold. Nothing's going to be the same after this. Make sure that you align your energy to fulfill this. Okay, you take the priority now. It's your time, Virgo. Okay. Mystery card. What do we need? Six of Swords, right? Empress card. Put your prediction down in the comments. Let's see. Oh, a Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is okay. I know that's not the grand finale that we were looking for, right? But this, I think, is a very good card, because this is you focused on your own stuff. Okay? This is you tending your own garden. And if you tend your own garden, this will flourish. You will reap the rewards. This will be a success. You will taste the fruit. Okay, this is through your sustained effort that you will achieve these things, and that you are gaining these resources in life. It's kind of, in other words, it's almost like we're being told, look, you've planted this garden, you've tended the garden, you're the one here doing all the work, and when the fruits of your labor come, don't just give them away and then say, oh man, I really could use some abundance here, You're receiving abundance and you're being told to keep it. Okay? And that sounds selfish, doesn't it? That sounds terrible. I don't even like saying it. Maybe you don't have to keep all of it, right? But keep what you need in order to have a sense of security, have a sense of harmony in your life, and to realize that you can pursue these larger goals in your life, right? But this is through your effort, your discipline, your focus, your showing up every day, doing the work, getting your hands dirty in this garden, right? It's your garden. And you deserve to benefit from that, okay? So this is, you're striking gold here, right? You can, you get $1 million. Yeah, you can, help your parents out. You can help some of your friends out. You can give some to charity. You can do good things with that money. But if you give it all away and you have nothing, right? That's not helping things, okay? So just be mindful. And I think that it's, in some ways, this is a more money, more problems situation. But it's also, it reminds me of those stories that we hear of someone that wins the lottery and then all the money's gone in a month or a week. And then they're kind of back to just being, struggling. So be careful with that. Have a plan. Focus on your long-term, these grand scale goals that you have. Focus on those. Be smart, be thoughtful, and be a little bit careful with what you got, okay? It's very, very good energy, very powerful, a lot of resources here. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo, Tuesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.